Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the tower, and I'm going to make a very long video, which is basically a video that is meant to help new player into this game, and that will give you some ideas of what I will do if I start again fresh for the first 100 days of playing that game. So the beauty of that game is that actually everyone can make their own decision, and depending on the decision you make, you are going to end up in a different situation. This video is going to help you, but this is my vision of the game, so potentially someone will have a different vision. But the idea is really to help beginner try to accelerate their progression early on towards a more higher tier of tournament, a more higher tier of coin farm, etc, etc. Okay, so there is a lot of topic to cover. So what I'm going to cover today is the tier 1 strat. So what I mean by tier 1 is when you are farming the tier 1. So really when you started the game, there is a specific strat for this tier. The bronze tournament, which is the first tournament that you are going to make, that is here. Then I'm going to talk about the T2 plus transition, so when you want to farm in T2 or more, and the silver tournament, which is happening in T3 plus. So that is what I'm going to talk around farming and tournament. Now I'm also going to talk about my recommendation for spending your gem, and the order of priority, the event medal and what you should aim for with the event medal. So this is what I'm talking about here. The research that I recommend you focus on. The module, brief introduction to the module, and I will have probably a dedicated video on every single topic if you want to go deeper on each of them. This is more like an overview for beginner player, but if you want to go in depth on a certain topic, I will get at some point a video, or it's already the case, on this topic. I will talk about the perks here, and I will also talk about buying certain things into the game if you want to support the game, the things that I do recommend as a beginner player to buy or not to buy. Okay, so early on, the best strat that I do recommend is to focus on defense. Actually, the defense is extremely good, and especially the absolute defense, which is going to reduce by a certain fixed amount the number of damage that you take by every single hit. So at the beginning, it scales very well with the monsters because their attack are really low. So here you see that there is a monster that have 1 point something damage, and I have 5 absolute defense. So I'm going to scale to not take any damage even if the monster are hitting my tower. So increasing the absolute defense is going to help you tremendously at the beginning, and overall the defense setup is going to be performing way better than the other setup for a very long time. So you need to invest into your defense. And the second thing that you want is to have the torn damage that are going to be dealing a percentage of maximum life of the enemy every time they hit your tower. And this is going to be how you kill the monster, because every time that they hit you, they are going to take a certain amount of damage. What you want to do for torn damage is that you want to be always higher than a certain multiplicator. So if you want to have 5 shots for the monster, you want to aim for 21% and not 20%. If you want to have 4 shots, you want to aim for 26% and not 25. So I think you understand. So in parallel of that, you want to also work on your economy. And at the beginning, it's very important that you increase the coin per wave. The coin per wave are very, very strong early on, as well as the cash per wave for in-game purchasing. But the coin per wave is really going to be your coin maker in tier 1, and this is how you are going to make coins. The coin per kill that you are going to unlock later on, this is going to be used for the rest of the game, but early on you need to focus on coin per wave. Don't forget to activate the bonus that is completely free, even if you haven't paid anything. You watch an ad, I'm not going to watch it in front of you, but every time that you do this for 20 minutes, you multiply all the coin that you get for 1.5, which is very nice at the beginning, so don't forget to do that. there is a bundle, and I'm going to talk about bundle at the end of this video, that is completely disabling this, and you just have to click to get the 5 gems, and you get the 1.5 multiplicator permanently. But even if you don't want to pay, you can watch the ad and then you unlock this for 20 minutes. So don't forget to do this. What you will see is that the enemies will start stacking up around your tower, and every time that they hit your tower, the damage are going to increase for this specific monster by 4%. So the damage may increase, and even if the damage is below your absolute defense, if that stack relatively high, those 4%, potentially you can still getting some damage through your absolute defense because of that. But the whole purpose of this method is really to have all those enemies that are packed around your tower and are going to kill themselves with the Thorn. So this is going to carry you very far into the tier 1, and this is going to help you set up your tower for the tier above the tier 1. Don't forget to activate the speed multiplicator, because this is going to increase the speed where you are performing your run and going to increase the coin per minute that you are making. Which is the plus and the minus in green that you see on the screen right now. Now, regarding the tournament that you are going to run for the bronze tournament, this strat is very adapted to the tournament. You are going to use the same thing, defense absolute, and you can put a little bit of defense percentage from the workshop, but this is basically what you are looking for. A bit of health, defense percentage, defense absolute, and torn damage, and this is how you are going to make your tournament. Okay, so moving on to the tier 2. So tier 2 is really much harder than tier 1 because the enemy damage start from much higher and increase much quicker. So the strategy around the absolute defense cannot work on tier 2 at the beginning, so you don't want to use the same strategy. For this, what you are going to do instead is you are going to use a strategy that is called the hybrid strategy, and this strategy is going to follow you for a very long time, so you will need to set this up. But when you unlock the tier 2, you're not going to farm on tier 2 because you're not going to go very far on tier 2. So what you are going to do instead, you are going to go back to tier 1 and you are going to farm into tier 1 up to 350 wave in tier 1, and when you feel comfortable with 350 wave, you are going to start unlocking and orientating your tower to be able to perform well in tier 2. So this is what you are going to do. So first, when you are going to go to your workshop, what you want to do here is your workshop is not going to start with this. It's going to be like less sales, but whatever. You want to have attack speed and work on attack speed. Attack speed is going to be very important, so you want to have a little bit of attack speed. You want to have damage a little bit. This is also important, but attack speed is more important than damage because it's going to push the enemy away with certain things that you are going to unlock. So this is what you want in here. You want to later on work on the multi-shot target and the multi-shot chance, but this is much later on. So first, at the beginning, you just focus on attack speed on the attack and a little bit of damage. On the defense, what you want is that you want to unlock the knockback chance. So this is going to take you a while, but you already have Torn that has been unlocked through the T1. Lifesteal is not going to be very useful. I mean, a little bit, but not so much. But knockback chance is going to help you a lot. So this is going to push back the enemy every time that you hit them with a normal attack. And knockback force is going to be at the same time. This is going to be like the first step, and then orbs are going to be the second step. And when you have the orbs, you really have your setup for the hybrid, which is basically you push back the enemy into the orbs that one-shot the enemy and kill them. This is how it works. In parallel of that, you are going to work on your torn damage to increase the torn damage to at least 25-26%, and then the target is 99 at the end. You want to max that. Defense percentage, very important. You want to increase this as high as possible. Target percentage is maximum as well. Health, extremely important, and extremely important for a very long time. So you also want to work on health. Health is going to be your main source of survivability, so you want to have as much health as possible. you will stop definitely working on absolute defense. This is no longer going to be helpful for you. And health regen, this is not going to be helpful for you either. So you are going to heal yourself through the lifesteal. You're not going to use this. Defense absolute, this is going to be overwhelmed very quickly, so you don't want that. You want health, defense, taunt damage. This is what you want to max. And these 4 things, you want to unlock them. Moving to the utility upgrade. So cash per wave, coin per wave, this is nice to have, but you don't need to max this early on. What you need to work a little bit is the coin per kill and the cash bonus. But what is very important is the free upgrade. This is going to help you tremendously to, through your run, increase for free things that you have on defense and on offense. So unlocking this is going to be a huge step for you to be able to perform better. So the interest and the rest, you don't need to have it at the beginning. So just focus on these 3 and pump a little bit into coin per kill, because this is going to be useful for your farm. I'm just pausing it for a second. If you do find value in my content and this video is helping you, please consider subscribing to my channel. This is going to help me a lot. I'm aiming for 1000 subs, and every sub counts for me. Thanks for watching, and I carry on with the video. So moving on to the silver tournament that you are going to do. So on the silver tournament, you want to increase your damage. You want to increase your attack speed through the run. You want to have your health maxed as much as possible. You're not going to max it 6,000 out of 6,000, but you want to go high on health, defense percentage, taunt damage, and you want to have the knockback force and the orb. If you manage to get this, you will get something decent into the silver tournament. Bear in mind that silver tournament is the first step where you are going to use the hybrid tower, and it's very possible that the first time that you are entering this tournament you're not performing well, but that doesn't matter because you will perform much better every time that you are going back into this tournament. So just focus on what I explained you just before, and reapplying what you are using for your farm is going to be completely okay on this. Okay, so the next point is how do you want to spend your gem? And this is a very, very important topic. So the gem here is the premium currency, is one of the premium currency of the game. You can buy them, but you can also farm them in game. Every time that you see an ad on the bottom corner, you can click on it, watch it, and then you get 5 gem. You're also going to see a gem that is revolving around your tower. You click on it and you get 2 gem. You will get gem through different manner. You will also get a gem every day from your daily connect. You will get gem from the cash that you have by completing the daily quest. You will get gem from various ways, the tournament and so on. You can farm them, and it's very important that you use them wisely. So the first priority in the game, to my opinion, is to unlock the 5 labs. And I stretch that is to unlock the 5 labs, because you have a ton of research that you will need to do, and if you're not unlocking the labs, then you are going to start getting behind. The last lab is 3000 gems, so that's quite a lot at the beginning, but very quickly you should be able to unlock the first 3 labs. This is quite easy to do, and then the 4th lab probably when you start transitioning to the hybrid. So you finish the tier 1 and then you are going to the tier 2 and you're starting the silver league. This is where you want to unlock the 4th lab. Definitely when you reach the gold tournament, you must have 5 labs and you must have the 5 labs unlocked. Now, the other things that you can spend your gem on is the card. The cards are very important, and there is 2 things with the card. There is the card themselves that you can buy, and then they are going to provide a bonus based on the quality of the card, and there is the number of card slots that you can have. So at the beginning, when you work on tier 1, pulling 3, 4, 5 cards, it's okay, but don't do that if it's detrimental from unlocking labs. This is very important. So you can have like a handful of cards. This is okay. You can probably unlock 5 6 cards, so you can play with 5 or 6 cards, and then don't go over than this. What you want to do is that you want to use the pooling of the cards every time that you see this was a 5 gem. Every time that you see the mission, which is buy 20 cards, buy 40 cards, buy 80 cards. This is when you want to buy cards. Don't buy cards at a different time than when you see this, because at the beginning it's not your priority. You have other things to do. The last thing that you can do is to buy modules, and clearly this is way more advanced, so I do not recommend you buy modules unless you are at least above, well established into the gold tournament, and you start working into achieving sometime the platinum tournament. I don't see any use of buying modules before that. You will have better use of your gem than buying modules before this. Last but not least, you can also speed up research. Don't do this. You don't speed up research with gem. At the beginning, there is way better than doing this. You need your gem for something else. Don't use gems on speeding up research. And if you want to keep using the same research, what you can do is you just click here. You see, when it's light up, it means that when this is going to finish, it's going to start a new research that is the next level. So this is very useful at the beginning. The next premium currency that you are going to have is the stone that are mostly used for ultimate weapon. You can unlock them through multiple ways. It can be through the event, and if you are buying those packs with the currency here, it can be through the cash here if you are reaching like the number 25 or 30. I can't remember which one start to get stones. Or it can be if you are completing your first tournament and you end up in a good position, you can potentially get some stones. When you get those stones, you will go to your workshop and you will see that a green stone tab appeared, and you can unlock new ultimate weapon. Be careful, because every time that you unlock a new ultimate weapon, the price of the next one is going to be even higher. There is in total 9 ultimate weapons that you can unlock, and the price is significantly increasing. So at the beginning, you will click on this and you will have a pop-up with 3 out of the 9 possible ultimate weapons that are going to appear. This is completely RNG, and depending on what you get, it's going to be a great news or not so great news. I have a dedicated video around ultimate weapon, so you can have a look to what is my main criteria. But what I do recommend is that if you do not get from the first 2 to 3 ultimate weapon the golden tower, I do think it's better to restart the game. Because at this point, golden tower is very, very important, and not having it is going to be a massive downside. Another thing that you can try to look for is death wave. Death wave is pretty good. It's going to increase your health by quite a lot. So having death wave is good. Black hole is only good if you have golden tower. So you can aim for black hole, but if you don't have golden tower by itself, is not going to be great. So you can have black hole if you don't have better choice, but it's not going to be great either. Spotlight is not bad, but is going to be used for quite late into the game, so I'm not going to recommend choosing this for one of the first things. So the only very good option that you get at the beginning are golden tower, black hole, death wave. The rest, I do not recommend you are taking it. And if you want to know more about all those ultimate weapons, you can go to my other video on ultimate weapon. Okay, so the next point that I wanted to talk about is the event. So the event are being unlocked very quickly when you are reaching, I think it's tier, I can't check now, but I think it's tier 1 wave 200 or something like this, or 100, like very quickly. And then basically they are every 2 weeks they start fresh, and what this event are always proposing is 4 relics. 2 are free to play, and 2 you must buy the bundle to be able to have them, but the 3 on the top, they are free to play. on this event, you are going to have a series of quests that are going to provide you some medals. Medals are the currency that you see here. And from these medals, if you are completing the quest, you have access to the event shop, and you'll be able to purchase some certain things in this event shop. So the number one priority for new players is to purchase the relics if there is any. Here there is no relic, so you don't need to purchase relic, but if there is relic, you need to purchase them. The reason for that is that all the relics and all those kind of things into the game, they do stack. So if you go on relics here, you see that you can see all the bonus of your relics. And this is applying even if in your profile you don't show up the relic. So there's not only the 6 that you see here that are applying, it's every single relic that I managed to acquire that do apply. So this is very important, that every time that you see into the event the relic, you buy them first. Then the second thing is to buy the background, then the tower here, so you get passive coin. That is also something that is very nice and stack, and you can see this into theme and song coin bonus. So you see that I multiply by, I had 33%, a little bit more than 33%, based on all the skin that I managed to grab, all the background that I have, the music, the menus, and so on. So these things is stacking up, so you need to buy them because on the long run is going to help you tremendously. And then after, you can buy 2 packs of stones, and at the very beginning you can potentially buy the pack of gems, 2 of them, if you feel that you still have a little bit of metal. Don't buy more than this, because after you are going to lack metal. If you want to move a little bit further with medals, because you still have some, you can potentially try to unlock the bot. At the beginning, I would recommend either to unlock the golden bot or the flam bot. That's the 2 ones that are going to help you the most at the beginning, because this one is going to increase your tankiness, and this one is going to increase flatten the coins that you are making. So both are, I think, good choice for the first purchasing. Okay, so the next topic is module. And module, I'm not going to go very much into the details. To me, if you are new into the game, you should not look at modules. What you should do is you should kill the bosses, and you have a certain chance to drop rare modules or to drop the standard one. The standard one, you are disenchanting them, so you get shard, and then the rare one, you just merging them, so you get modules that are going to be fitting this. If you want to have a detailed guide on modules, I have one in my video, but I think early on modules, they are just too random, they cost too much gems, so that's not worth of your investment. But just use the regular rare one, you upgrade them as you can by merging. You see, you can merge multiple to like a rare plus, and then multiple rare plus, you can merge them to like an epic, and so on and so forth. So you can go up to legendary plus with rare module. After, you need to focus a little bit more, and then I strongly recommend that you look at my video on module for this. Very quickly, after unlocking the module, which is the T2 wave 90, you will unlock the perk, which is the T2 wave 150. So perk in game, when you launch, they are this bar here, and what is happening is that if you reach a certain wave, you will unlock a random bonus for your tower. Certain of these bonus are on your ultimate weapon, and they are green. Certain of these bonus, they are just regular one, and others, they are a trade-off, and they are purple. There is a lot of research on perks, and then eventually when you have first perk, ban perk, auto pick, you will have this banner that is appearing here on the right hand side, and this will allow you choosing between those perks a lot of things. What is very important with perks is that at the beginning they are extremely random, and it's very important that you are unlocking the research that are associated with them if you want to make them work really well. At the beginning, one of the things that is very good, and is still very good for me, is the coins that are multiplied by 2 in detrimental of your health. This is going to help you farm way more effectively. Another thing that is very good is the max game speed, which is going to accelerate your run, so this is very good. You also have the bonus coin that is just a flat out bonus and is multiplying by all the things that you see. And then, as you see in the green one, that are for the economical weapon, so the golden tower multiplicator, the black hole duration, and an additional death wave. So this is very good. For the rest, I'm usually taking the things that are allowing me to go further into the wave. So they are all defensive module, because when I farm, I need EHP and I don't rely on damage. So for my farm, this is good for me. For the ban perk, there is things that I decided that I want not to have them. This is based on my build. I'm not going to go into detail for that, but this is why I have those ones. Ban is based on my build. The first perk that I recommend is the perk wave requirement. So you reduce the number of waves that are needed to have your perks. So this is good to start always by this. And in my auto pick, this is always the first, because actually the quickest you get this and the more perks you get fast, and then you get your setup completed. So at the beginning, what is very important is that you want to have runs that are not reliable on more reliable, and you want to have the unlock perks. I mean, this is first, you need to start with this, otherwise you don't get any perks. Then you want to have the auto pick perks, which allow you, when you launch a run, to tick that box and to choose perks automatically. If you haven't have yet the ranking, it will just automatically pick a random one. But if you have your ranking, it will start with your ranking, and if none of your ranking is available, it will just pick a random one. Then we have the perk option quantity. This is very important early on. At the beginning, you only have 2 choices to pick with, and then after you get 4 different options. So this is allowing you to get better perk every time that you have an option. The first perk choice is very good as well, because it allows you to quickly get the wave reduction and to get quicker with your setup. Then the improved trade-off, this is something that comes later. Wave require, this is not useful. The ban perk and auto pick, this is going to be useful, because you will have to ban certain things to avoid your tower to be completely broken with certain trade-off perk, and the auto pick that will allow you to set up your thing. So I would say that perk is something that you want to work quite early on. So if you want to do some run during the night, you can pick the auto pick of a perk, and you will get things that are good value for your tower. Otherwise, you are going to waste a lot of resources if you don't have this quickly. I do recommend that when you're starting being on the silver and you see that you are comfortable in the silver, you start working on your perks so you get more coins from your farm run. Okay, moving on to the last point, which is research. So as I said, you need to unlock the 5 lab as quickly as possible. So this is your priority, because there is so many research that are very important to run that you really need to have this unlocked. So for a lot of time, you are going to have lab speed always on, and you want to have it minimum level 50. Level 60 is ideal. You can go up to level 70 after you have a strong diminishing return on investment. Mine is 55. I think I could have pushed it a little bit more, but yeah, you will not regret that. So push that as quickly as possible. The second thing that you really want to push at the beginning is game speed. So if you have only 2 research, it needs to be that one at the beginning, those 2 research. Then when you unlock the third one, you are going to go, the rest, it's not needed. You are going to go to your attack, and you want attack speed. Attack speed is not for damage, it's for control. You need a lot of attack speed so you can control the monster and you can push them back and they will not hit your tower. So attack speed is really good. Light speed shot, don't underestimate that. You just do it once and then it's done. otherwise the rest of the damage is not really worth it. You can do like the little upgrade, but early on is not going to help you. So you can do a little bit of damage here, but it's not going to help you anyway. On the defense, the health is very good. So health is extremely strong because it's going to carry you for a lot of time and it's going to help you farming for a lot of time. So if you have something to put, is health definitely more than the rest. Defense absolute is only good for tier 1, after is completely useless. So don't invest too much in defense absolute, instead you can invest in health. So if you are tier 1, farming tier 1, you bronze tournament, this is what you should have. You should have health, you should have attack speed, you should have lap speed, and you should have game speed. If you are bronze, you probably don't have the 5th lab. So this is the 4 that I do recommend that you are really increasing. If you are moving on a little bit further, you are in silver and you have other things, you need to start working a little bit on defense, probably have 10 level here. And then you will, so all the things here, you don't need too much. And then you need to work a little bit on your utility and especially the coin per kill. So you increase your economy. So this is going to be nice for you. If you are well established in silver and looking for gold, then the next point that is very important is to work both on your ultimate weapon, especially if you have the golden tower or the death wave max health. So these two are very good. The black hole with the multiplicator is also good. So working on those 3 things, if you have any of them, and the perks. I just talked about the perks, but you need to have this rolling so you can rely on your perks and you don't have to worry about that. So unlocking your perks, auto pick your perks, the perk option. So this is good. The first perk choice, as I just explained, and then auto pick a little bit, at least 1 or 2 level, and then the ban perk, at least 1 level. If you are already there, then I believe if you have set up everything here, then I believe you're quite nicely set up, and then potentially you can start working on more ultimate weapon research and potentially working on the things such as the defense going a little bit higher, because you will need defense, so level 15. And that's it. I mean, honestly, that's really what is important at the beginning as research. The last part of this video is going to be around the shop, which is using real money. And to me, if you decide to support the game by paying, I think the number 1 bundle that you want is to disable the ads. So you can click on those 5 gems and you can start farming those 5 gems nicely. And this is to me like the go-to bundle. If you have anything to buy, that's probably something that you want to focus on. If you want to invest a little bit more, then after that it's probably like the 2-pack here that are multiplicative one to another, that is permanently increasing the number of coins that you are going to get. So if you buy both of them, that's multiplied by 6 the number of coins that you are going to get, and definitely is going to speed things up for you. That is really the things that I think are great. The rest, honestly, so this is like something that is appearing every day. What I was saying, like daily things for gems, then that's a free 15. So the pack of gems, I never bought any of them because I don't think this is good. I believe that gems can be farmed very well into the game, so I really like it, and I don't want to buy those gems. Regarding the stone pack bundle that appear here every now and then, so you can buy it, but I would say that this is not like the top priority to me. If you decide to spend a little bit of money, then that's probably like what you want to focus. I will not focus on here. If you want to spend a little bit more, I would recommend that instead you are either buying the milestone here that are very good value for your money. So what you do is you unlock the premium tier that are here, and that is true for I think 3 or 4 tier, and this is providing you a lot. a lot of coins, skins, a lot of things, a lot of stones. So you see like premium pass here, you get a lot for like a little bit of money compared to how much it will cost you if you need to buy those amount of things. So 1,500 stones, I think it's about probably 110 euro for me, and 3,000 gem is 100 euro. So you see that is a very good value for the price. So if you want to spend a little bit more money, then it's potentially unlocking those tier that are good value. That's it. That's, I think, a lot of information for one video. If I did forget some stuff, please leave a comment down below so I can see it and everyone can see it. I think I tried to cover most of the things that new player are looking for, but I may have forget some stuff because now it's been more than 9 months that I'm playing the game, so I may have forget some of those things. So please leave a comment if you think that I forget an important part. If you did like the video and if you provided value, please consider subscribing to my channel. That will help me tremendously. Thanks for watching, and I see you on the next video.